Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about the Mafex Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Gwen the Ghost Spider. I know that we all think that Ghost Spider shouldn't be the name, but I believe that Marvel is codenaming her because it makes more sense to give her a code name as a dead woman running around with a dead woman's face, and you don't want to call someone Spider-Gwen out loud. So yeah, I think that makes sense. That about rounds out that. So yes, Gwen. Oh, this is a very nice figure. Seems really fragile though, because it's kind of working on the mechanics that the Mafex Miles had, whereas like it feels fragile because it is so small. It's not one of those things where it's like it doesn't feel sturdy. It's a different kind of feel to it, simply because it's framed so small and so slim. So we have things we need to be careful about. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have also said Spider-Ham, featuring Spider-Ham, Peter Porker. So yes, here we are looking at Gwen with an up-close look, looking really good. I did the wave. I don't know why. I just wanted to seem more friendly by having her wave to everyone at the camera, which is pretty cool. And here we have Gwen looking really cool in all her glory. For the Spider-Verse rendition, she does have the ballerina shoes, whereas her Earth 65/616 counterpart doesn't have that. It is blue shoes, but not the ballerina version. So yes. The hood is really nice, especially because they magnetized it in the back, which we're going to talk about. Well, first thing, before we even talk about articulation, we're going to have to hold the neck, because you have to be careful because you can swap out her neck as well. We're going to put this body down. We're going to talk about the fact that the back of the head is magnetized. So it's giving me trouble getting it out because I don't have nails. And this is probably going to be the biggest issue for me because I didn't bring a tweezer. So let's use a katana from an Articulated Icons to kind of try to rummage this gal out. So you'll see that magnet right there in the back of the head, and then literally on the back of the head. This is to keep the head from moving and looking some obviously different way. The magnet is very, very powerful. So literally, if you could just sit it in there, boom, just jumps right in. Once you just pop this head back on, you'll see that you can get down, you can do left, you can do right. Articulation isn't really an issue. You just pretty much want to worry about how the hood looks a little bit more natural when you're doing certain stuff. So you just have to be careful when you're doing certain poses, because when you move it too far back, you want to move the head and not actually the hood. You're going to get that neck really loose otherwise. I know I made mine really loose that way. Now, in terms of the rest of the hood, we have this beautiful butterfly joint that Mafex uses. I love it, but you have to be careful not to pull too far out. You'll see that joint where it shows you extending it maybe a little too far. But it does look great when you're doing certain things. So that way you can get the best of your spider-like poses, which is really dope, right? It's also cool that they nail the body composition. And like I said, being able to do actual spider-like moves just looks really good when you have the right posing down. Look at this. You can get all over the place. And I'm getting ahead of myself because I still haven't talked about the fact that she actually does have bicep swivel. She's also double jointed. So there's no real issues that I'm going to think of besides it feeling fragile, because otherwise it's pretty solid here. Even down to her ball joints, all really solid, just really tiny. Even her waist, we can actually rotate around on a nice diaphragm-like ball joint. We have a lower swivel and a lower ab crunch, which goes further back than it does go forward. We have our legs, which has the drop-down method. And you saw earlier, I got pretty high up, which is pretty cool. You do have a thigh swivel. Again, doesn't rotate as well as I would like it to, but it is what it is. So let's see how she looks. Oh, this ankle pivot's really, really nice. So we have a nice full joint there. So let's try to do some quick, cool posing. Trying to figure out what kind of pose could I do. Oh, okay, this looks pretty good, right? So yeah, that looks pretty nice. But let's see if we can do some truly like spider-like stuff, right? Let's try to do oh yeah, there we go. This is where we look really nice. Sorry about that, I got off camera a little bit. But yeah, this looks really, really nice. Much better, right? Even if we push up against the plastic a little bit, we can get a little bit more of a tighter space. Yeah, that looks much better. Right? So let's stand her straight up, and then actually, let's sit her down Indian style. I actually like the idea of trying something a little different. Let's sit her down Indian style. Here we're going to talk a little bit about Peter Porker. Peter looks pretty cool. He's pretty much a statue, and this does not come attached in your packaging. You just kind of slide it right behind him to hold up there. We have a full-blown joint here for the head, so it's pretty nice. We can get a nice rotation, make him look dilly-dally at you, right? And then, oh, you know what? Let's do his accessories first. You can actually pop his arms off because you will get a couple of different sets of arms. So you'll get little thwip arms that you can pop in, right? Only because it's a little bit easier to talk about him with less stuff, right? So you do get two thwip arms, which is pretty funny for him to have. Again, because he is the Spider Pig, right? That's pretty cool. And then you'll get one more. Oh, you get two more arms, actually. You'll get... Oh, no. This is the one we already had. Sorry. You'll get one more arm, which is going to be your mallet arm. So let's pop that in. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Nice and simple, to the point. And he looks really cool doing it. Now, for the rest of Gwen stuff, this is where it gets really cool because she actually does have a lot of stuff. So let's go over the hands, because these come on these nice little brackets now, allowing me to do a lot easier stuff in terms of comparing. So here we are with the closed fist, right? Next up, we have the magical thwip hands. Very good that we have these. Next up, we have some, we actually double whammy. So here's our open action hands, flight hands, looking through the air, cool stuff. We have our relaxed hands. Then we have our magnetized hands, which is great because you know with magnetized hands, we also get magnetized feet. And despite even being small, it's like, boom, you still get these. I like that they still included these. Then you will get webline holding hands, because we're going to go over webbing, obviously, for a spider person. And you have even more opening up wall crawling hands, which I think is really cool. Always enjoy wall crawling hands. Then we have our web lines. We actually get a lot of these. She actually comes with two of each, so we have two long ones. I actually am holding them the opposite of each other, which is pretty cool. I wanted to do that anyway. Then we have two web lines as well, too. I like that they gave her two web lines because now I can do the web slingshot. I always love doing those for photos whenever I can. And then we have two short thwip lines, right? So we have covered all of that, and now we're going to cover her alternate sculpts. So here we have the squinting eyes head. You know, thinking, being very emotive. Then we have our unmasked sculpt, our neutral one, or smiling, I should say. Then we have the other sculpt, which is the more looking off to the side, but a little bit more natural, looking good. We also have that unmasked neck peg that accompanies with it. And then we have the unmasked neck part. So let's put this on and see how she looks with it. Pop the neck out. Put on our little hood. And man, yeah, this looks beautiful. If I'm being honest, I think this is a beautiful sculpt. This is something that they really did get right, and I love it. It's not super shiny. It's matte enough to like truly enjoy it. This is a good look. So I'm a big Into the Spider-Verse fan, so this is great to have. I am hoping that it doesn't take long to just get it right, and hopefully if we do it for the next movie, it'll be really cool, because this looks really, really good. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to take the time to get all set up, do a size comparison. But before I do that, I figured, before I even do that, let us just, no, you know what? Let's save it for the size comparison, because I actually have a lot of Gwens. So I will see you guys in a second. Now we're going to jump into the size comparison. I do want to compare the Gwens first. So here is our Marvel Legends Into the Spider-Verse Gwen. Much bigger. But I did like her sculpt a lot. I think it was a really cool sculpt. Look how much bigger she is than the Mafex. That is like almost a head taller. So anyway, the Marvel Legends is definitely a much larger scale when it comes to the Gwen stuff. Here is the classic and first Gwen, right, that we got from Marvel Legends. I actually modded mine way back then with SHF Sailor Moon hands. So that way she would have more ability in her hands. This is a much older figure. I don't even think she's gonna stand at this point. But it's cool to see, you know, I still have it around, right? Next up, we have the Revolt Gwen, probably one of my favorites in terms of posing. Boom, right? So here we are with 4 different Gwens looking really, really cool. I should probably try to put that Marvel Legends head on the Revolt, or maybe even the Mafex one, who knows? Anyway, the point is I'm gonna try stuff. But yes, look at it. We've come a pretty long distance. You know, hopefully we'll continue to get more posable Gwens and things like that going forward. I'm really, really looking forward to that. Mafex and Revolt are by far the 2 most posable ones. I think that Marvel Legends have a really nice sculpt though, but Mafex is going to beat that out this time. I think it's just so much better. But again, it's all about preferences with everyone. So it's really about what you want. And this hopefully will help you. Next up, we want to compare her to some Miles. So let's do that. Let's compare some Miles. Here we are with the Sentinel Miles. I think it's good to start off with the Mafex and the Sentinel. So here we are with both of these guys, right? So to the left, we have Mafex. To the right, we have Sentinel. I think both fit very well, but I like the look of the Sentinel here just a tad bit better, right? And just to throw it in case you still have the Marvel Legends, here is the Marvel Legends version of him. Much, much bigger, right? Let's move all these guys. Next up, we have Peter B. Peter B. Kamen Rider, right? He is a big guy compared to her as well, too. But again, she's supposed to be, I guess, a still much younger teenager here. Here we are with the Marvel Legends Peter B. Peter B time. He's going to have some trouble standing, so let's not use that. Then we have Prowler, in case we want to put some Marvel Legends Prowler in there, right? We have Marvel Legends Spider-Man Noir. I have a custom jacket on him. But as you can see, he is gigantic compared to her, right? Then we'll do the comic book Mafex Spider-Man. Mine does have a custom head on him. And then we'll do a Marvel Legends 616 Spider-Man. This is the retro card version. Right? That is a terrible, terrible pose. Let me fix that. I'm going to feel weird about that, so I just couldn't let that stay. So yeah, there we are. And in case you even want to put Spider in there, here you are, just to kind of see where Spider stands. Actually, I really want to put Spider in a group photo with them. I feel like Spider deserves that much love. And don't think I left your boy out, because we're going to put Peter Porker in a quick comparison as well, too, before we jump back into the ones for Gwen. Oop, let's move you there. I don't want to take too much time. So here we are, the Marvel Legends one, which is not going to stand. So let's do a 2-for-1 at once. Here is our comic counterpart and our Into the Spider-Verse one. And then we're going to jump back to Gwen. So let's put you up here with the Ichigos. And now we're going to compare to some other lines. So let's get it going. I think I'm going to have one small problem with my Gwen. It may be a knee issue. I'm pretty unsure what that is right now, but I've been experiencing it since I took the small break. But yeah, I'm going to have to double check into that. So here we are. Let's compare to a Mafex Carnage, right? So here we are with Mafex Carnage. Then we can do a Mezco Deathstroke. So you can see the sizes, right? Let's do a Marvel Legends Sandman, just in case you want to see what that's like. The Retro Card Sandman. Next up, we have a Lightning Collection Time Force Red. Ooh, this would be a really cool team up because they are kid sizes. So here we are with Revolt Deku. In case you want to kick some ninja butt, here's an Articulated Icons Ninja. Right? Everybody's having trouble standing. Oh, SHF Kamen Rider. Here is Kamen Rider Kuga, the amazing mighty form. Only thing that doesn't look gigantic other than ninjas. Oh, in case you want to really like get crazy with comparisons, because let's say you want to cross over even more universes, right? Here's Aaron Davis in the Iron Spider armor, right? He's all bow-legged right now because I had him in a really cool pose. But in case you even want to compare him as well, right? Then we have a Mythic Legions Purplore and a G.I. Joe Breaker, aka Breaker Gyllenhaal, right? And that about sums that up with the size comparisons. I hope I gave you enough so that you kind of saw what you wanted out of it and did all of that good jazz. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking the time to check out this video. Yeah, just all that good stuff. I really hope that you're having a good day, a good night, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully you're having a really, whatever way you ever want, like weather-wise. I hope you get it. Please, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.